What is going on, guys? It's Paul Motley here, and you are listening to another episode of Ultimate Affiliate Marketing. And today was a slightly different episode because I am actually in my car. So this is affiliate marketing in your car. So I was actually planning on doing this while I was traveling along, but then I was looking at the little sound meter thing, and it was as soon as I was driving, it was like on maximum. And I thought, oh man, if I do the recording now, then there's a good chance that no one might not actually hear what I'm saying. So we're going to skip by that. I've pulled up somewhere, so yep, I'm nice and safe. So I'm not recording whilst driving, and my full concentration is on you guys. So if this is your first time, then make sure you do subscribe, drop us a rating and all that fun stuff. Reviews are always good. I always love reviews. And make sure that you check the show notes as well, because inside of the show notes is a link to the Ultimate Affiliate Toolbox, which is my free toolbox of amazing content, not just from me, but from other amazing marketers, and you are going to get a ton of value from it. So make sure you do check that link out. There's not enough people checking the link out. It is free. There is nothing to buy. Seriously, you can just go and get in there, and there's loads of good stuff for you. So I wanted to sort of like talk about when you sort of like get to a certain level, you kind of like almost plateau. What you're doing at that particular time, it's either scalable or non-scalable. And if you get to a point where it's actually not scalable, you've got to look at and think to yourself, right, okay, what can I do to take it to the next level? And previously, what I've done is I've bought courses. The main reason being is because, I always get courses really to solve a very specific need or to learn a very specific skill, in the ways that previously I bought the design hacking course from Catherine Jones, because I wanted to, although I'd built loads of funnels before, I just wanted to see exactly how it was all put together and how then I could also model another funnel which was already successful. And I wanted to learn the ins and outs of the actual the Clickfunnels editor itself. And for those people that don't know, Clickfunnels is like a landing page builder, a sales funnel builder, whatever you want to call it. But it is quite advanced, but it's almost drag and drop. It's pretty much drag and drop, so it is very easy to pick up. But I just wanted to get that extra level of education. I wanted to push myself a little further so I could manipulate what I was doing at a higher, like I say, and feel like I knew what I was doing every time I turned it on, without all the guesswork and thinking, okay, well, how do I do this? How do I do that? And that's something that I learned. So you can sort of like increase your own knowledge by buying courses and stuff like that. And people often say, don't become a serial course buyer because you won't implement. But for me, it's always been to learn a skill, and I think that's really what you should look at. You should look at something that's actually going to enhance what you're doing. And personally now, I've got to this point where I do feel like I've sort of plateaued out a little bit again, and now I'm thinking, right, which direction do I want to take my own business, and what would be a good skill to have in order to do that? So at the moment, I'm kind of like torn between three. Personally, I'm not going to name names here because that's not fair to everybody else, but there's one very specific course on YouTube. Now, I do okay on YouTube. I'm not particularly active on it at the moment. I did release a whole bunch of videos around sort of like May, June time, when the lockdown was in massive effect, but it is time consuming. And I know that if I just did one a week, then that wouldn't be so bad. But I just wanted to make sure that my YouTube skills were completely honed. So that's one option that I'm looking at, because I know how powerful that platform can be. Another option was to learn from someone who was an expert with messenger bots. Now, like them or love them, they are kind of like a marmalade product right now. So how effective they are, can you do this, can you not do that anymore? The algorithm and Facebook rules are changing all the time. But if I learned of someone that was right at the top of their game, then any changes that come along is going to be passed down. That information, I won't have to go and seek it out or find it out by accident. That's going to be passed down to me. So that was another option as well, which I'm sort of leaning towards a little bit, but I'm not 100% sure. The other option is as far as making offers and being more organic minded on Facebook itself. Now, I know a couple of guys that do amazing stuff with this as well, so I do have some options there as well, and both look really fantastic. The cost itself isn't that bad, and I know that that can enhance my business as well. So it's kind of like caught between devil and the deep blue sea at the moment personally. But what I want you to understand and recognize that if you do want to start leveling up, then you have to invest in yourself. You can't rely on free content out there, or just like gathering up what other people do on Facebook, for example, or watching YouTube videos for hours and hours on end. At some point you do have to get more in-depth, more expert help. And I know this from experience, because that's something that made all the difference to me back in late 2018 and through 2019 as well. And that's the thing that sort of progressed me to where I am today, which is getting direct help through having coaching and mentors, and obviously slotting in those expert minded courses along the way. So that's something that I want you all to think about, and just look at where you are in your business. If you're just starting out, you're not there yet. So just focus on the basics, focus on what we spoke about before in the podcast episodes. There's 60 odd episodes out there right now where you can just deep dive into them. You can listen to them wherever you like. This is a cool thing about podcasting, because people can literally listen to them wherever they are. And a lot of the time it could be commuting and stuff like this. So, you're not wasting your time while you're driving to work or back, or sat on a train somewhere, or working out at the gym. So it's cool. It's a cool medium to learn from, and there is, like I said, there's a ton of information there if you are just literally starting out. But if you are at that level where you've just started, things are just starting to roll, the ball is rolling now, you're still trying to get it up that hill before you push it over the top, the old snowball effect. It's worth investing in yourself. Take some of that earnings that you're getting, and don't just like splurge it on ads where you don't really know what you're doing in the hope that you're going to scale it up. Go and seek out an expert in that field, an expert that can help you start leveling your business up. So that is the sort of like the main topic that I wanted to sort of like talk about today. Is investing in yourself is investing in your business, and you can learn a lot and it will give you skills that you can have for the rest of your life. So don't think that once you're finished in school, you're finished learning, because believe me, as an entrepreneur, you'll never stop learning. And that is super cool, and that is why I love it so much, because learning new stuff is a great motivator. It gives you an amazing feeling when you actually like the penny drops and you think, yes, that's how I do this. Oh, now I can do that. That's fantastic. And then you can test it, and then you can see the results coming back. So it's worth investing in yourself, and that is the sort of like the primary message of today's episode. And we'll speak to you all again tomorrow.